Well, good morning to you and welcome to the Fox 9 Morning News.
It is Thursday morning, April 18th. We know it's pretty wet out there. And it's affecting the roads and
Affecting your attitudes.
It is.
It's just a little bit.
At least it's wet. It's not frozen out there.
That is true. But if we look at the picture behind us, everything is sunny. I keep looking back here if I need the sunshine,
That's
right?
the hope.
I've been thumbing my nose at this weather, and
As
I
well
will
we should.
continue to do so. All right. Well, we begin this morning with a
Good for them.
Why not?
Yay.
Just them.
Hurrah.
Hurrah. Karen came in early. Mechanisms are in place necessarily as we have to deal with this day in and day out. We do this, every so often we do this snow in April, no big deal. But the problem this time around is we're not warming up. That was making fun of me. That was
Thanks.
I don't know why that was.
Happy Thursday to you, even though it's maybe hard to feel happy when the rain is coming down on all the Twin Cities roadways. Here's a look at 169 and Medicine Lake Road. This is an area of stretch of highway that is starting to build. Levels are building there, as well as 35W. Here's a look at Highway 10 as you head eastbound past County Road J and on to 35W. Now, I will warn you, 35W southbound was extremely busy yesterday. It was because of congestion levels, but also because we did have that rollover semi on 694. So just be aware that my hinting suspicion is, now with the rain coming down, that 35W southbound is going to be a very busy stretch of highway this morning. Here's a look at 280 and University in that St. Paul area. Drivers, as you can see, are not impacted at all. You can maneuver right around, but just be aware that this is the first accident of the morning on that intersection of 280 and University. Let's go to the map. I'm going to show you some of the spots where levels are building at this time. 94 from Rogers down to Maple Grove at that 94-494 split. Things are looking good there. 169 southbound, as you can see, it was changing from orange, which means levels are dropping between 15 and 34 miles per hour. 35W southbound, levels are getting up into the red already, just so you know. So if you're thinking about leaving the house, coming from the north on 35W, you might want to leave early. And overnight construction, just so you know, Highway 52, both directions between I-94 and Concord Street, the east side of town, closed next week on Tuesday and Wednesday, April 23rd and 24th, between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. That's it from the world of traffic for now, but I'll be standing by all morning long. So, Tom and Alex, back to you.
All right.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thanks for waking up with the Fox 9 Morning News. Happy Thursday to you. I'm Meisha Johnson, filling in for Kelsey Sobey this week. And if you are just joining us, it is not too pretty outside. The rain is coming down all across the metro area, as you can see. Here's a look at the crosstown. You can see the glistening on the roads. That means it is wet, so make sure to drive careful, pack your patience, as I'm sure as we head towards the 7 o'clock hour, things are really going to be picking up on your roadways. Just know that we are dealing with the rain today, and I don't think that's going to be going away anytime soon. In fact, what I hear, it's going to be turning to snow. Oh, just the thought of that makes me grow. Let's see if I can pull up another jam cam. I want to show you 35W. There we go, 35W southbound. Here's a look at Lake Drive as you're coming out of that Circle Pines area. Bumper to bumper already. If you are coming onto 35W from the Blaine, Coon Rapids area, wherever it may be, just know that you are dealing with some very heavy congestion. Here's a look at the map really quickly. I can show you there is some green out there, but you're seeing a lot of orange and red throughout the Twin Cities area. So if you're thinking about heading out the doorway, now would be a very good time. All right, the time now is 6:27. It sure has. Thanks so much, Keith, and good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday to you. We are pushing through this work week. We are almost to Friday, and we're kind of pushing towards that Friday with a wet one. Here's a look at 35W southbound at Lake Drive as you move out of that Blaine and Circle Pines area. As you can see, it is going to be another morning just like it was on 35W, almost bumper to bumper conditions. So if you're heading out of the doorway anytime soon, it's probably better to go sooner rather than later. Here's a look up in that Maple Grove area at 94 and Elm Creek as you head eastbound on 94. You can see levels are building there as well. Pretty much anywhere you look at this time as we push towards 7 o'clock, it's going to be looking pretty busy out there. Here's a look at 35W at that exit of County Road I. 35W is already busy, and then you exit on County Road I just off of 35W. And we have our accident of the morning. It's the second accident of the morning, actually, and you can see emergency crews there as well. So just be aware as you navigate yourselves out the doorways onto the Twin Cities roadways. Anywhere you go, it's going to be slippery. It is wet out there. Let's go to the map. Take a look at how it's looking around the Twin Cities area. Like I said, 94 eastbound out of that Rogers area, you can see plenty of red and orange starting to accumulate there, as well as 169 southbound and 169 northbound as you get to that southern part. Just know that it is very busy there. 35W, you can see our yellow marker. The reason we are seeing that is because of that accident on that County Road I exit, so be aware of that as you head southbound on 35W. 94 heading westbound as you head into that St. Paul area and that stretch between the two downtowns. Levels are definitely building there as well. 494 and 169, you're looking okay there. Highway 100 northbound is looking pretty good as well. We are seeing levels pick up in the crosstown area. And just so you know, overnight construction on Highway 52 in both directions between I-94 and Concord Street on the east side of town. Construction next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, April 23rd and 24th between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. So for those of you that travel 52, you want to make a mental note of that. And your gas gauge, the cheapest gas, can be found today in Minneapolis and in Coon Rapids. Not bad. All right, the time now is 6:42, and that means it is time to go back to Tom and Alex, guys.
Thank you, Meisha.
Oh, good thing I didn't get my ticket.
You don't want to be on that one.
Nope. Let them do first 500 or 600, and then we'll go.
We'll see who's going to punch their ticket in Idle tonight.
Yeah, this is really the point where I think where it finally gets.
Simmer down.
Don't you love that?
I think, did you say simmer down, mister?
Simmer down, sir.
Sir, that's what it was.
Simmer down, sir. That's what we wanted to see all season long, and that's why Randy sat in the middle. I think Randy was very nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I need your predictions. We're in the final five. We need to find out today who's going to be kicked off tonight. Alex, we'll start with you. We'll just go right around the horn. Who do you think's going home?
I think it's going to be Amber because so many of the contestants are very likable. Not to say that she isn't, but I didn't think she did the best job. They were all, none of them really were awful.
No, they didn't stink up the place.
No, they didn't stink up the place. And she sang the Barbra Streisand song, and what are you doing the rest of your life? And that's a...
Tom, you're up next.
Probably Janelle.
Think Janelle?
She got beat up pretty badly last night. That may terrible.
No.
Lazaro.
Or
He's already off.
Lita
Sanjaya.
Wise.
Lita
Wise.
Wise.
all right, and Meisha, who do you think's going home tonight?
You know, I'm going to say Janelle, too. I know I'm kind of going against the grain here, but she did get beat up a little
Yeah.
bit. So I know everyone really likes her, but I'm just going to
That's a kind of.
I think Amber's
She's
going
always
home.
sweet and very nice. You can tell.
maybe Amber. Yeah.
All right, that tonight, that's at 7 o'clock, of course, right here on the big number 9. And finally this morning, a couple of fellas just received Saudi Arabia's biggest honor ever.
Wow.
You guys are not in that
Those
shot.
You
guys
handsome.
are not there.
Yes.
And you know what? Naomi, our producer, just said, this just in, the rulers of Saudi Arabia say they will forever welcome these 3 American men into their country for now. 3 of us guys, at least.
They're
can go
not
to
that
Saudi.
innocent.
I kept getting invitations.
No.
They came to pick
Just
me up.
random.
Yeah, on Twitter.
So there you go.
All right, thank you, Thomas.
All right, thanks, Tom. Well, spring...
Well, the April showers are not bringing Mayflowers. They are bringing problems onto the roadways. I'm going to have all the troubled spots and some road construction next week. All that coming up.
Well, good morning to you. Welcome to the Fox 9 Morning News. I'm Tom Butler.
And I'm Alex Kendall. It is a Thursday morning. Thanks so much for joining us. We are all here, ready to go.
Keith and Meisha in for Kelsey, and thankfully we don't have the snow on the roads yet.
No snow, but rain. And for some reason, rain always in April kind of throws everyone for a wrench. I think it's because they're so antsy. They're so antsy for summer.
But that may change for the commute tonight.
Oh, dear Lord, have mercy. Just slushiness. We'll
Yep.
talk about it coming up in the
All
night.
right.
We
Thank
will.
you.
We'll get to it.
Time now, 7:01. The search and rescue efforts are on.
Looking forward to that weekend. I'm sure all of you are as well. Well, the good thing is I'm not seeing as many raindrops on our jam cams outside. You can take a look at 694 as you head westbound by 15th Street here in Oakdale. We did have a crash that just cleared, fortunately, so levels are picking up there. It was bumper to bumper for a little while. On the opposite side of town, 694 eastbound as you head towards 35W, it is pretty busy there. But here's a look at 94 in Elm Creek. We did have a stalled semi on that exit on Weaver Lake, but now everything is cleared and it looks like traffic is starting to move along nicely in that area again, although we are in the heart of rush hour right now, so levels are going to be slow kind of no matter where you go. Here's a look at 35W southbound at Highway 10. This has been a very busy stretch all week long actually, and today is no different. So just be aware, 35W southbound still very busy as you can see. Let's go to the map, take a look at what's going on in your neck of the woods. As I stated before, 94 as you head eastbound from that Rogers to Maple Grove area, that is a very slow stretch of town. As you can see, plenty of red. 35W southbound, I don't think that that's going to ease up anytime soon. It's just a very busy stretch in the morning. Highway 36 westbound as you move in towards that Roseville area and on. That is very busy as well. 35E southbound as well as 35E northbound. I guess I could say 35W southbound and northbound as well. So 35E and 35W, both directions are very slow moving at this point. If we go to the Bloomington corridor and the crosstown sections, you can see that there's a lot of red right here through Edina and Bloomington. So anywhere you go right now, we're in the heart of rush hour. That's what you can expect. Overnight construction next week, Highway 52 in both directions between I-94 and Concord Street, the east side of town, closed April 23rd and the 24th from 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. So just make a mental note of that. That's it from the world of traffic right now, but I'll be standing by all morning long for all the updates. Right now, it's time to go back to Tom and Alex, guys.
Thank you.
Everyone, and thanks for waking up with the Fox 9 Morning News. I'm Meisha Johnson in for Kelsey Sobey all morning long, and welcome to your Thursday. It is wet, a little bit dark, kind of dreary out there. Here's a look at 35W southbound at County Road I in that Arden Hills area. You can see plenty of brake lights. This has been a common thread all week long. Today is no different, especially with those wet roads. So if you're planning to head out the doorway anytime soon onto 35W, you're going to want to head out sooner rather than later. Here's a look at Interstate 394 and Dunwoody Boulevard. Now, 394 is definitely heating up at this hour as well. That main vein into Minneapolis always gets busy in the 7 o'clock hour. So just know if you're heading into Minneapolis on 394, you're going to want to give some extra time there. Here's a look at 35W northbound at 110th. If we go south by Burnsville, as you can see, there is busy. Let's go to the map real quick and I can just show you there is some green out there, but primarily you're seeing a lot of red. We're in the heart of rush hour. There's nothing that we can do about that. Right now it is 7:27. That means it's time for a quick break, but when traffic comes back, I'll have even more updates for you. It keeps coming, and now we're going to be dealing with some snow. Oh, it's hard not to growl at this. Okay, here's a look at 35W southbound at County Road I. You can see we're still dealing with some bumper-to-bumper conditions. So if you are thinking about leaving the house, heading on to 35W, heading southbound, just know you are in good company. It is very busy out there. Here's a look at Interstate 394 at Dunwoody Boulevard as you head eastbound into Minneapolis. You will, as you can see, stand still, bumper-to-bumper conditions. We are in the heart of rush hour, so this is nothing too unfamiliar to us, although just keep in mind that it is wet. It can be slippery at spots, so add some extra time to your commute this morning. Here's a look at Highway 100, that stretch right between Highway 7 and 394, both going in the southbound and northbound directions. Congestion levels are high there as well. We're going to take a look. Plenty of red and orange kind of scattered throughout. 94 Rogers moving through that Maple Grove area. You can see plenty of red and orange right there. If we go over to 35W, that is red. That means we are going bumper to bumper up to just 14 miles per hour. If we look to 35E heading northbound to that junction of 94, you can see that level congestions are there high as well. Overnight construction next week. Highway 52, both directions between Interstate 94 and Concord Street, the east side of town, closed next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, April 23rd and 24th from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. So make a mental note of that. All right, that's it from the world of traffic, but it is time to go to Keith Marler. And happy Thursday to you. Thanks for waking up with the Fox 9 Morning News. I'm Meisha Johnson in for Kelsey Sobey this week. And man, it has been a busy morning. In fact, let me back that up by saying it has been a busy week in general. I don't know if it's because of Mother Nature's curveballs or what is going on, but here's a look at 35W southbound at County Road I. You can see we are still dealing with high congestion levels, bumper-to-bumper conditions in that area. Still, been seeing that all week long. Here's a look at 394 and Dunwoody Boulevard, that main vein into Minneapolis. And as you can see, their drivers are kind of creeping along as well. So it doesn't seem like any areas are really loosening up. 35E and Larpenteur Avenue as you make your way into that St. Paul junction of 94. You can see many brake lights, many vehicles. Oh, it is a busy morning. Like patches. Let's go to the map, put this all in the context, see what's going on in your neck of the woods. 94 eastbound has been a bit busy stretch this morning, but you can see levels are kind of tapering off until you get down to the 494 southbound stretch. That's when levels pick up once again. 35W southbound, you're not going to get away from that. And we do have some activity going on. 35W just south of Bloomington in that Burnsville area. So just be aware of that if you are taking 35W northbound. All right, well, the time is 7:56. We have to take a quick...
Busy news day yet again. Good morning to you. Welcome to the Fox 9 Morning News. All local, all morning long. I'm Tom Butler.
And I'm Alex Kenda. We will get out, of course, to Texas for that story. But first, we begin with a look outside and what we are seeing, and then we look away.
Yeah. We do. That's exactly what we do.
Yep.
I do a little peek, and you go, that's enough for me. I'll come back on Saturday.
Oh, snow. No,
Yeah.
it hurts my ears.
Here we go on a Friday. Thanks,
Yeah,
Meisha. Thanks,
you're
Keith. Now for the latest on that massive. Ever do that
No,
anyway, but don't be doing it today, especially.
I saw that flash across yesterday as I was leaving here on across crosstown. Do not text and drive is the message we need to hear.
You get that message, you think it can wait. Put it down.
Yeah, right.
It can wait. And that's, of course, the message with our traffic this morning. A lot of people are waiting.
Yeah, well, you know, it's funny that you say that. I was just thinking that because we usually see during the 8 o'clock hour things start to die down, but we're starting to see things kind of stick steady. So a lot of people waiting until the rush was over, hoping it was going to be over. And it's not. No. It's not over. With that, we do have a stalled vehicle. It's pulled off to the left shoulder, as you can see. And this is actually a very busy stretch. When I look overall at the map, it is still highlighted red in this area. So as you're coming up close to this, you can see the person on foot. As you're pulling up to this vehicle, just be aware that you have to drive really slow around those areas, especially when things are wet. The roadways are slick. Case in point, 394 Dunwoody Boulevard, that main vein into Minneapolis, still experiencing bumper-to-bumper conditions. So some people thinking that they would wait and not be in the heart of rush hour are still experiencing very slow driving conditions out there. Let's see if we can pull up one more jam cam for you before I pull up the entire map. 35 East southbound at Larpenteur Avenue as you make your way into St. And take a look at how it's looking. We still see plenty of red throughout the metropolitan area. Maple Grove area, that split 494 and 94, that is actually looking a lot better. 35W, you are still seeing bright red. Whew, that has been a busy stretch all week long. 35E, as you come to that junction of 94, is still very busy. And then, of course, we do have that stalled vehicle. As you can see, that yellow marker right there at Diamond Lake Road. Everywhere else, though, looking okay. Overnight construction, Highway 52, both directions between 994 and Concord Street, starting next week on Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, well, the time now is 8:09, so that means it's time for Weather on the 9s.